Class 7th science subject. The lesson number is name is nutrition in plants. Nutrition in plants. Yes. Now, yesterday we talked about the nutrition in plants, how plants prepare their own food. The process of preparing their own food is called photosynthesis. Yes, it is called photosynthesis with the help of minerals available in soil, water, and with the help of the sunlight, it is preparing their own food. Yeah. Now next, let us go to the next part of the lesson. Yes. Here there is, yesterday I told you about chlorophyll. What is chlorophyll? Green color pigments on the leaf is called chlorophyll. What is that? Green color pigments on the leaf is called the chlorophyll. Here they have given in here the chlorophyll picture here. How is chlorophyll? Leaf ಒಳಗ ಹೆಂಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ ಅದು ತೋರ್ಸಾತಿದ್ವಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಲ್ ಮತ್ತು ಸೆಲ್ ಗಾರ್ಡ್ ಹೆಂಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ ತೋರ್ಸಾರ. ಸೊ ಈ ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡ್ರಾ ಇನ್ ಯುವರ್ ನೋಟ್ಬುಕ್. ನಿಮ್ಮ ನೋಟ್ಬುಕ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಈ ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಿ ಇದರದ್ದು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ. ಲೀಫ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಇದು ಲೀಫ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ. ಈ ಸೆಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ, ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಲೀಫ್. ಮತ್ತು ಇದು ಸೆಲ್ ಗಾರ್ಡ್, ಇದು ಸೆಲ್ ಸ್ಟೊಮಾಟ. ಸೆಲ್ ಹೆಂಗೈತಿ, ಸೆಲ್ ಗಾರ್ಡ್ ಹೆಂಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ, ಅದ್ರ ಕವರ್ ಹೆಂಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಈ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ 1, 2, 3 ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಹೌ ಫೋಟೋಸಿಂಥಸಿಸ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್. ಫೋಟೋಸಿಂಥಸಿಸ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಏನೇನು ತೊಗೊತೀವಿ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್. ಡ್ರಾ ದಿಸ್ ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಯುವರ್ notebook. Now I am going to the next part. Yeah. During the process, oxygen is released. So I told you, when plants take the carbon dioxide from the air with the help of sunlight and with the minerals in the soil, it is preparing their food. Yeah, in this preparation of food, in the process of photosynthesis, it is taking carbon dioxide and it is giving out oxygen. It is giving out oxygen. Yes, it is releasing oxygen. But we take oxygen and we release carbon dioxide, and that plants take carbon dioxide and they release the oxygen. During the process of oxygen is released, the presence of starch in the leaves indicates the occurrence of photosynthesis. So you find starch-like thing in the plant, in the leaf. Starch ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗಂಜಿ ಟೈಪ್ ಆ ಲೀಫ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ ಫೋಟೋಸಿಂಥಸಿಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ನಾಗ. that is starch is called the carbohydrate. That starch part, that ganji part, ganji what we say when we cook rice, you are getting ganji, no, that is called starch. Like that, plants when they prepare their food in the process of photosynthesis, the starch is formed. That starch formed is called the carbohydrate. What is the starch present in the leaves called? Carbohydrates. Now let us go to activity number 1. Let us go to activity number 1. Take 2 potted plants of the same kind. Keep one in the dark or in a black box for 72 hours and the other in the sunlight. Now he is telling you to do an activity. Take 2 pots, mud pots. Yes, put a plant in that. Take 2 plants, 2 pots. Yes, 2 ಗಡಿ ಪಾಟ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಅದರೊಳಗೆ ಗಿಡ ಹಾಕ್ತೀವಿ. ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಅದನ್ನು ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ರೂಮ್ನಾಗ ಇಡ್ರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ನಾಗ ಇಡಬೇಕು. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸನ್ಲೈಟ್ ಇಡಬೇಕು. ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ನಾಗ ಇಟ್ಟರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸನ್ಲೈಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಹಿಯರ್ ದಿ ಅದರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್, ಅದನ್ನು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಏನು ಇಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನು ಸನ್ಲೈಟ್ನಾಗ ಇಡಬೇಕು. Perform iodine test with the leaf of both plants as you did in class 6. So in your class, previous class, you have done the iodine test. Yes, that iodine test you do it now for these 2 pots, for both the plants. Record your result. So when you put first time the iodine, when you do the iodine test, what happens? First you note down, observe it and note down. First you note down. Next, now leave the pot which was earlier kept in the dark Now leave the pot which was earlier kept in dark in the sunlight for 3 or 4 days and perform the iodine test again on its leaves. Yes, the pot which you kept in the dark, after iodine test you take that and put it outside for the sunlight. Yes, what happens? You observe it for 3-4 days and write what happened. Before, what happened? When you put in the dark place, what happened? When you put in the sunlight, what happened after the iodine test? The leaves other than green also have chlorophyll. Test on this leaf. Record your observations in your notebook. Yes, the leaves. And now let us talk about the leaves of different colors. You can see, so different colors of leaves. Yes, sometimes you can see pink, you see brown, you see light green, you see dark green. This type of different colors of leaves you see in your surrounding. The leaves other than green are also called, also have chlorophyll. So don't say teacher told green color pigments idre adashte photosynthesis ಅದರ ಕ್ಲೋರೋಫಿಲ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. ಸೊ ಅದರ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ತಾನು ಓನ್ ಫುಡ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೈತಿ. ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬ್ರೌನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ನಾಗ ಕ್ಲೋರೋಫಿಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲ, ಆಲ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ದೇರ್ food and the chlorophyll is also present in the pink leaf or the brown leaf or in the dark green or light green, whichever leaf it is. The large amount of red, brown and other pigments mask the green color. So ಅದು ರೆಡ್ ಕಲರ್ ಬ್ರೌನ್ ಕಲರ್ ಅವು ಪಿಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಏನಿರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ ಅವು ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಕಲರ್ಗೆ ಓವರ್ಕಮ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಆ ಲೀಫ್ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಕಾಣಿಸಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಬ್ರೌನ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತೈತಿ, ಪಿಂಕ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತೈತಿ. The photosynthesis take place in these leaves also. ಇವನು ಈ ಒಂದು ಲೀವ್ಸ್ನಾಗೂ ಫೋಟೋಸಿಂಥಸಿಸ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ, ನಡೀತೈತಿ. You often see slimy green patches in the pond and stagnant water bodies. These are generally formed by the growth of organism called algae. So ನೀರು ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ದಿನ ನಾವು ನೀರು ಹಂಗೆ ಇಟ್ಟಂದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಏನು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ? ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಕಲರ್ ಹಾಸ್ ಕಟ್ಟಿರ್ತದೆ. ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಕಲರ್ ಹಾಸ್ ಕಟ್ಟಿರ್ತದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟಾಗ್ನೆಂಟ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಭಾಳ ದಿನ ಉಳಿತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಸ್ ಕಟ್ಟಿರ್ತದೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಎ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್. ಅದನ್ನು it prepares their own food. It also prepares its own food. Yes, that is called the algae. What is it called? Algae. You can guess why algae is green in color. They contains chlorophyll which gives them green color. So ali photosynthesis process irtati, green color pigments irtava, chlorophyll, that is also called chlorophyll, and it is also giving green color. Now algae can also prepare their own food by photosynthesis. Now what is synthesis? Synthesis means what? Next part of the lesson is the synthesis of plant food and other carbohydrates. Yes, synthesis of plant food other than carbohydrates. Now what is the topic? Let us see. You have just learned that plants synthesize carbohydrates through the process of photosynthesis. So plants, what they are doing? They are synthesizing carbohydrates through the process of photosynthesis. These carbohydrates are made of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Carbohydrate means it is containing three components there. Three components. What are they? Carbon is there, hydrogen is there and oxygen. So together it is called as carbohydrates. These are used to synthesize other components of the food. So with the help of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, the plant is synthesizing the other food. Yes, with the help of this carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, it is synthesizing, it is preparing the food. As such, proteins and fats. So these are like proteins and fats. Yes, how we eat oily food and how we take oil, milk, and in that we find oily things, more fatty things. Like that, the plant, it is preparing their food with the help of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, which they are called proteins and fats for the plant. But proteins and nitrogen substance which contain nitrogen, from where do the plants obtain nitrogen? So even some plants but proteins are nitrogenous. So nitrogen is the proteins ಒಳಗೆ ಏನು ಇರ್ತೈತಿ? nitrogen ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. ಆ nitrogen ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ plants ಗೆ? Let us see. Recall the nitrogen. That nitrogen is present in the abundance in the gaseous form in the air. So nitrogen from where it is getting? It is getting from the air, gaseous form of the air. Air ಒಳಗೆ the air is not fresh. It is contained with so many gases. Yes, like neon, oxygen, carbon, neon, like that, helium, many types of nitrogen. This it is contained. Air is contained. So this nitrogen is taken from the gaseous form of the air. Plants cannot absorb nitrogen in this form. So soil has certain bacteria that converts gaseous nitrogen into a usable form and release it into the soil. So this plant, it can't take directly nitrogen from the air. Carbon dioxide it can take. It can take carbon dioxide from the air directly, but it can't take nitrogen directly from the air. So what is happening? The soil is having some certain bacteria. Soil is having a bacteria which absorbs the gaseous form of nitrogen and convert it into nitrogen, and it is supplying it to the plant. Yes, got it? So nitrogen is not absorbed directly from the air, but it is formed, it is changed to gaseous form in the soil with the help of bacteria. Also, you might have seen farmers adding fertilizers rich in nitrogen to the soil. So nitrogen, you saw farmers putting pesticides. That nitrogen part they can't sprinkle on the plant. It has to be put in the soil. ಅದನ್ನ ಮಣ್ಣೊಳಗೆ ಹಾಕಿ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟಿಗೆ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟಿಗೆ ತಗೊಳ್ಕ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ to soil. In this way, plants fulfill their requirements to the nitrogen also along with the other constituents. So, with the help of carbon, here we saw hydrogen, oxygen, even nitrogen also is taken to prepare their food. Plants can then synthesize proteins and vitamins. So, with the help of all these constituents, plants can prepare their food. Yeah, next, other part. Another part. Did you understand, children? Did you understand? Yes. Now, let us go to the next topic. Other modes of nutrition in plants. So, other modes of nutrition in the plants. Now, let us see. What is other modes? Yeah, there are some plants which do not have chlorophyll. Yes, I told you all plants prepare their own food. They are having green color pigments, that is called chlorophyll. But in some plants, some countable plants, there is no chlorophyll. It can't prepare their own food. Let us see what are they. We name the plants here. They cannot synthesize food. They do their survive, and from where do they derive nutrition? Like human and animals, such plants depend on food products by plants. So how we depend on plants and animals for food, like that these plants, they depend on other plants for their food. They don't prepare their own food. They depend on the other plant where it is staying. Okay. These type of, they use the heterotropic mode of nutrition. So they are not preparing their own food. They are taking nutrients from the other plant where it is living. The other plant is preparing nutrients. That nutrients it is absorbing. So this mode is called the heterotropic mode. ಆ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ತಾನೇ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓನ್ ಫುಡ್. ಅದ್ರ ಫುಡ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕದಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಫುಡ್ ಕ್ಲೋರೋಫಿಲ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು, ಆ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಳ್ಳಿ ಹಂಗೆ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ನಿಂತು ಆ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಯೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಈ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಬ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತಿದ್ದು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೋಡ್, ಈ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ preparing synthesis for food is called the heterotropic mode of nutrition. What is it called? Heterotropic mode of nutrition. Yes. Look in the figure number 1. Figure number 1.5. You can see here. Here there is a big tree. On that tree you can see yellow type of another climber on it. So the big tree is preparing the food for in the process of photosynthesis. That nutrition this plant is taking, this climber is absorbed. Yes, got it? Yes. What is the name of that plant? Let us see here. Do you see the yellow wiry branches structure twinkling around the stem and branches of the tree? So this plant is called the Cascuta. What is it called? Cascuta. What is it called? Cascuta. It is also called the umber bell. What is it called? Umber bell. It does not have chlorophyll. It is not having chlorophyll. So it takes ready-made food from the plant. It is taking ready-made food from the plant. Another plant on which it is climbing. ಯಾವ ಗಿಡದ ಮೇಲೆ ಅದು ಹಬ್ಬೈತಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಗಿಡದ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಯೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದು ತಗೋತದೆ, ರೆಡಿಮೇಡ್ ಫುಡ್ ತಗೋತದೆ, which it is climbing. The plant on which it climbs is called the host. So now here this big plant is called the host. Yes, it is taking nutrients, food from the host plant. It is taking food from the host plant. Since it deprives the host of value nutrients. Yes, next. Cascuta Cascuta is called a parasite. It is called a parasite. ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ತನ್ನ ಓನ್ ಫುಡ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಂಗ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ಅದರ್ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್. ಅದು ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಈ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ಸಿಗೆ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಸೈಟ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಹಂಗೆ ನೋಡಿದರೆ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಓನ್ ಫುಡ್ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಸ್, ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ವಿ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆನ್ ಆ್ಯನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್. ನಾವು ಪ್ಯಾರಾಸೈಟ್ ಏನ ಈ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ಹೆಂಗೈತಿ ಹಂಗೆ ನಾವು ಪ್ಯಾರಾಸೈಟೇ, ಹೌದಿಲ್ಲ? ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ವಿ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆನ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆ್ಯನಿಮಲ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ we can also call human beings as parasites. Yes. Now next part. Are we and other animals also kind of parasites? You should think about it and discuss it with your teacher. Yeah. Next. Have you seen or heard of plants that can eat animals? Another thing is happening here. Until now we saw animals eating plants, animals eating other animals. But now new type of plant. What is that? Plant is eating insects. Plant is eating some plants, very countable plants or very less plants. They are eating the animals. Animals are insects, small insects. ಅಂದರೆ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಸಣ್ಣ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ ತಿಂತದೆ. ಹೆಂಗೆ ತಿಂತೈತಿ ನೋಡೋಣ. Have you seen or heard plants that eat animals? There are few plants, some plants, called ಕಡಿಮೆ plants, ವಿಚ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಪ್ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಅವು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾವೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಬಂದು ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಕುಂತಾಗ ಅವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾವೆ, ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮುಚ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾವೆ. ಆ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬಂದು ಕುಂತಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಕಿ ಪದಾರ್ಥ ಏನೋ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಆ ಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಕಿ ಪದಾರ್ಥಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಡ್ತಾವೆ, ಅವಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗೋಕೆ ಬರೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವಾಗ ಈ ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೈತಿ, ಈ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೈತಿ, ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮುಚ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೈತಿ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಮುಚ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅದರಾಗಿಂದ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಯೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ತೊಗೊಂತೈತಿ. ಎಸ್, ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಈಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್. One plant. Such plant may be green or some other color. Now green plants irbodu, other color irbodu. Yes. Look at the plant in the figure. That is pitcher plant. What is that plant which is eating insects, which is absorbing or which is trapping insects is called the pitcher plant. What plant? It is called the pitcher plant. It is pitcher-like or jug-like shape. It is a jug-like shape. Can you see in the figure here? Page number 5, 1.6 figure you see here. It is bell shape. It is, jug shape. Jug shape, it is having a lid here. It is having a lid here. When the insect come and sit here, the lid will close and that plant will take all the nutrients from the insect and survive. Yes. The apex of the leaf form a lid which can open and close. This apex of the leaf, here it is called, it can open and it can close. The pitcher. Inside the pitcher there are hair. ಇದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಏನಿರ್ತೈತಿ? ಹೇರ್. ಈಗ ಹೆಂಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೂಗು ಒಳಗೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಹೇರ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾವೆ ಹಂಗೆ ಇದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಈ ಜಗ್ ಶೇಪ್ ಇದ್ರಾಗ ಬಡ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಹೇರ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾವೆ. ಆ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬಂದು ಕುಂದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತೆ ಅಂತ ಸಿಕ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಾಗ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅದು ಲಿಡ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಡ್ತೈತಿ, ಅದು ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಉಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೈತಿ. ಹೇರ್ ವಿಚ್ ಎಂಟ್ಯಾಂಗಲ್ ದ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಪ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್. ದ ಲಿಡ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸಸ್, ದ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಪ್. ದ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಿಲ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ಎ ಜ್ಯೂಸಿ ಸೆಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಯೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಬ್. ಸೊ ಆ ಹುಳದೊಳಗೆ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಏನು ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಯೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅದಾವ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಆ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ತೆಕ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೈತಿ. And the nutrients are absorbed. Such insects eating plants are called insectivorous plants. What are they called? Insectivorous plants. ಇದು ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸಿಗೆ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟಿಗೆ ತಿನ್ನುವಂಥ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್. ಇಂಥ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟಿಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟಿವೋರಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್ನ ತಿನ್ನುವಂಥ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್. ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟಿವೋರಸ್ plants. It is possible that such plants do not get all required nutrients from soil. So this ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿದ್ದ ಆಹಾರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಯಿಲ್ನಿಂದ ಸಿಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದು ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಇಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್. Now you draw even this part. This drawing also you do in your notebook. Label them and you draw them. Yeah, next part is 1.4. That is the saprotrophs. Saprotrophs. What is the next part of the lesson? Saprotrophs. You might have seen the packet of mushrooms sold in the vegetable market. Mushrooms. You heard about mushrooms, children? Mushroom andre enu? A small umbrella type, which is formed on the rotten things, or on the in the in the decayed parts, or in the parts of the wood ಎಲ್ಲ ಶೀಳಿತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಳಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ಬರ್ತಾವ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ನಾಯಿ ಕೊಡೆ ಅಂತೀರಲ್ಲ ನೀವು. ಎಸ್, ನಾಯಿ ಕೊಡೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಅಂಬ್ರೆಲಾ ಟೈಪ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಮಶ್ರೂಮ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಷಿಯಸ್. ಅದರೊಳಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಯೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ healthy for our as a food. Yeah, you may have seen a fluffy umbrella like patch grown in a moist soil or rotten wood. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೊಳೆತಿದ್ದ ವುಡ್ ಮೇಲೆ, ಡಿಕೇಡ್ ಕಸದ ಮೇಲೆ ಅದು ಬೆಳೆದಿರ್ತದೆ. ಕಸದೊಳಗ ಗೊಬ್ಬರದೊಳಗೆ ಈ ಮಶ್ರೂಮ್ ಬೆಳೆದಿರ್ತದೆ. ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ out the type of nutrients they need to survive and from where they get them. ಸೊ ಅದು ಮಶ್ರೂಮ್ ಯೆಲ್ಲೋ ಕಲರ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಕಲರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಲೋರೋಫಿಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಫೋಟೋಸಿಂಥಸಿಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೈತಿ ಫುಡ್ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಓದೋಣ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ನಂಬರ್ 1.2. In this activity we can learn how it is preparing the food. Take a piece of bread and moist it with a water. Leave it in a moist, warm place. Yes, children, I think it is more for you to absorb. Your head may become heavy if I go on telling. Yes? Okay, now I'll stop you for today. The homework is draw the leaf, the section of the leaf, the stoma, draw diagram of the photosynthesis, and the diagram of this plant here, the feature plant. These all diagrams you draw in your science fair, and read the lesson once again so that it is easy for you to answer the questions. Thank you, children.